quick. I'm going to get straight to the point while I change out my fabric and share living fabric with you. Why my blankets are so special, but that's not important. According to whoever created this calendar, I just turned 50 last year, right? Last year. Like, see what I'm saying? 2 months left of being 50, going by this calendar. So anyway, I share all this knowledge with my children. They know all this. I give it to them as I get it and explain before I share how, again, I acquired it. This video will be short because it's for a lot of people who are waiting to hear this. There are two types of black men in America. You have the red-skinned, so-called black man. Neither one. This is black. This is, everybody, after I tell you this, everybody's going to wish they were that color. Because the pigmentation is a conduit. It's a conduit to the sun. It helps you connect and talk to the stars. Anyway, I'm going to open up my other channel. The gift I asked for, I got it, but not in the way that I thought I would get it. My blankets are in the stores. Anyway, two types of dark-skinned men here in America. The red-skinned dark man. We have more in common with the Hispanics, with the Mexican, our brothers. We have more in common with them because we're native from here. And in the Indian tribes, we have more in common with them than the Africans from Africa. I'll tell you why. Because sharing this area, this continent, you know, yes, our African brothers came way before, way long. You've seen them statues, you've seen all that stuff. When they came, they didn't come fighting. We migrated, we lived, we connected. A new race was created, like we see now. We call them mixed and half-breed, or, you know, Filipinos. They're just mixed, you know. So new races are born. The Choctaw Indian, which I am, my whole family, the Luckett family in California, where our grandmother from, our family comes from Mississippi. Grandma went to Chicago, met husband, had a bunch of kids. So all my uncles and aunties are from Chicago. Their blood is from Mississippi, I think. But anyway, it was funny. I'll tell a story when my grandmother told me. She went off and said, "You ain't no fucking African." She went off because I came home with something from school. Anyway, two types of dark skin. The red-skinned black man. The red-skinned, dark-skinned man. 8 shades of red. We are 8 shades of red. It's apparent throughout my whole family. With our son, we get as light as shit. We get to play in the sun, right? Me and my wife talked about how our kids done this. We go pick them up from the bus stop, come back in just hours. How dark they would get right now. It's funny because, you know, kids get older, they go outside less. You know, so it's funny. I'm tripping how light some, you know, 1 or 2 of my kids are because lack of sun. Anyway, 8 shades of red, right? It's easy to tell. You know, we get 8 shades of red. That's half of us, if not more. Yeah, we're native, we're indigenous to the Americas. The sun does not harm us. I'm going to share what the sun does for everybody, though. It really doesn't matter your color. The darker skinned man, they are our brothers. You know, we never pay attention. We never talk about it because we be talking about, not me, you guys be talking about a bunch of other stupid shit. While I'm asking the stars questions, man, and now I know, you know, I was supposed to do this a long time ago, but I'm selfish. I kept this shit to myself. Because I know you guys are crazy, man. You guys are coming at me like, man, so what? It's time. At 50, at being timeless. Man, let me tell you guys something. The dark skin, man, they're the only ones that really, because they're far away from home. And there's a big difference in like the attitude. Man, that don't fucking matter. But let me tell you, the dark skin, they are the descendants of the slaves that were brought here. People talking about reparations, they're the only ones that deserve it. The dark skin, non-color, changing, dark skinned men. You know, he lift up his shirt, everything's just the same color. Don't get light, don't get dark. These brothers are the descendants of the Africans that were brought here. That's why we look at these. So I know we all do it, man. I'm like, damn, nigga look like from Africa, straight from Africa. But realistically, yeah, he's a descendant. His bloodline comes from Africa. Non-color changing. The sun is a lot harder, so you know the sun can't play. You know, your skin had no time to play with the sun. It's hot. Here in the Americas, no matter where you at a period of time, even here in Arizona, you know, yeah, it get blazing hot, but yeah, it cools off enough for all my kids to go damn near yellow. Why I say we're more related to the Mexicans, because it's just the skin, man. It's the skin, basically. You know, that ability in this area to go light and dark. I have a whole bunch of Hispanic friends that are darker than me, working together, you know, doing roofing. You know, they used to tell me, man, motherfucker, you ain't dark, I'm dark. It's just the truth, man. Just loving it. You love that protection. You love to see your skin work. But anyway, that's what I want to share with you guys. And I'm going to just share everything I was supposed to share, being selfish, not sharing shit. You know, but now I'm just curious, you know, 'cause after I do this, what's the next thing for me? Because I've been putting this on like, not giving it to y'all, man. Look, but I love talking about it. I was going to do this and change my blanket, you know, plus share some of that. But this information, I think, in light of all this shit going on, man, you guys need this. It's something else you guys should be thinking about. You know, what's the point of me bringing that up? So people could, you know, you can acknowledge, man, start calling yourself one, start calling yourself black, two. The reason for the skin and how to use your color, man, is the sun. It's the sun. I was tripping off these videos, man, where these people were just, you know, they're taking off their shoes. I understand that now. They don't even know why they was doing it. Something was telling them to. But at the same time, I was already enjoying the information without even doing what they were doing. But if I can only imagine if I was doing what they were doing, I would have a stronger connection. Low, the skin tone, like a phone charger. Like a phone charger. I'm showing off phones. Hey, like a phone charger, the skin, the darker it gets, it has to be a reason, right? You know, you can see that the stars to us are up there floating in what you think regular air is. I always say placenta, right? But who knows? But it's not regular air. You see where the stars are at, but to us, to the stars, us, we're in something. They see us and we're in something, but you're not shining anymore. How do you shine? It's the sun. Darken your skin up. Get out there. You all got one. We all got a star. We all got one. Go out there. Darken your skin up. You know, imagine if we were up there and down there and you knew every time that sun went around, your little fish would glow. You know what I mean? If there wasn't anything else to do, you'd be under there constantly. Another thing that amazes me, you gotta think, why is it that, you know, it's funny how commercials never put it's a joke for a black person to take off their shoes, shirt and all that stuff to go out in the sun and get darker. There's a reason for that, man. There's a reason for that. You know what getting darker helps? It helps with telepathy. You have loved ones that just, let's say, Alzheimer's. You have Alzheimer's, you know, as you get older, that shit gets stronger. You start to lose a bunch of other shit. So the body has a way to draw out its natural abilities, being telepathic, using your mind to talk to each other. If you had, now this is for somebody, I should have said this about 2 weeks ago, because this is for a lot of people, man. Not fuck somebody, this is for a lot of people that have loved ones and you're out. When you sit back and you say, and you know, my pops, my mom, my auntie probably thinking like, you know, motherfucker, you ain't gonna come visit me, you bastard. hey, yeah, no shit, that really fucking saying that. You are repeating what you have been given, what you heard. So, yeah, you say a bunch of shit. Go ahead, start joking about it, play with it. Hey, yeah, your loved ones are communicating with you. Those thoughts that you have, they are sending them to you. Ain't that a scary thing? So, I have no loved ones in the coma. I have no loved ones in Alzheimer's. Although I talked to my pops when he was leaving, and I explained to him, how not to come back. That this information won't be spread and really understood, because this right here breaks a contract with religion. To understand, like that's a recycling center. You take that oath, and without that, what aggressive man. But the religion it's an oath. You're agreeing. You're making a contract that, hey, I'm willing to be judged, and depending on how I do here, I'll leave, and then I'll come back. I want to be reincarnated. If you haven't did any, you should be reincarnated if you're not doing any fucking thing here to make a lasting impression of anything. If it's just planting trees and making big gardens of food, for the public, like doing something big like that, getting a bunch of seeds and just going to a field, you know what? Whoever passes, they're just going to be like, damn, there's fucking peppers out here? What the fuck? Like that kind of world, right? That kind of person, leaving a mark like that, doing something that's simple, that can affect some shit on a major scale, Imagine walking like it used to be in this field with plum trees. Shit. Oh, they'll tear that down. Pick a spot. If people couldn't grow marijuana before it got all legal in the mountains, and it was just, you could grow anywhere. You could do anything, man. You could grow your own shit, wheelbarrow shit out to your side while people jogging again. But be consistent in what you do. Contract, anyway, and the stars, man. Yeah, let my pops know. It was funny because when I told him, I said, "Are you getting the visits? Are you starting to see?" And he broke down crying, man, because I knew he knew I knew. And I told him how my grandma. I was begging God, "Hey, I just want to know that she went somewhere else, that she continued or something." Blah blah blah. Yeah, I saw a star close up about as low as a 3-story building. I'll tell y'all that story too. And I couldn't fail this little promise I had made, man, because I kept putting this off. I should have done this a long time ago, Just sharing this with what I keep saying. Like, I'm more curious about who else. When you understand what I'm telling you, get out there, meditate, get out and just start talking to the stars. Get out there and don't dismiss no shit you see. Your first thought is your star's thought, the first thought. The rest of the other thoughts, when you know the right answer and then you start questioning the right answer, those are the other fucking stars. Go with the first thought. I'm about to take my shit to bed because I keep telling the wife, damn, I think I can go to Vegas and probably be on some shit. I'm not telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. Nah, your star just has your best interest. Everything you ask for, you get it. That's the truth. Get all that shit, man. You ask for it. And if you really get it, and you make a promise, you gotta stick with it. Because the stars don't be playing. Stars wanted one thing from me. They wanted to know why people don't look up anymore. And that I said, man, because they got stars here. There's stars here. That's why nobody looking up. They got stars here. And the stars told me, bring me a star. They want to see a star. Then I started thinking about all these high-profile celebrities, right? Like, damn, and I see the ones that people say, oh, this motherfucker tripping. Maybe that's what they're in the quest for. You think they're going crazy and they tripping. Maybe they want an answer, like man, I got everything and I'm still not happy. And now I see the world is worse than it really is. Now that I got shit, Yeah, I'm curious to see what the stars will do if I go out there. And now I know this is between Yuma and the east side of Phoenix. There's this area, man, when I first started seeing, like, and getting the connection and realizing these motherfuckers are listening and they're responding. Oh, shit. You know, yeah, you hear me talking the way I'm talking. You know, it's not about that. Listen, yeah, there's an area, you know, when I got that, like, bring us a star. Bring me a star. I want to see one. I don't know, maybe this will be the second time I see a star come down close so I can tell a celebrity, hey, you, you are now looking at a star. That's a fucking star. I seen some shit, man, that made me say, God, please, I don't want to see, no, I don't want to see nothing else. I'm good. Please, I enjoy going out and seeing the night sky. That was too much. That was too much. You know, that's happening twice. But now, whatever I see, I just be like, getting introduced to the moon, but realizing it wasn't just the stars, which makes me think all these things are a type of God. You know, when I seen some shit, I was like, man, I could see how back in the days, when you see like all the sun worship and the cloud worship and the water worship, you see all that, man, you see, like I see what I saw, like made me think, oh, damn. I mean, I would draw a bunch of stars, put little faces and brains on them or something. Like this, man, like, hey, whoa, this communication here. There's a bunch of little guys up there, or whatever, you know, even the clouds and the moon together, drawing pictograms of that. You know, in decades from now, people will be thinking that, hey, what is he saying? Motherfucker saying, there's a star, how would you explain that? I got a photo. You know, they make themselves giants, too. I know the star and the fucking moon, not the star, but the moon and the clouds be fucking around, man. I'm telling you, that was like some of the scariest shit I ever seen. It's real crazy just saying that kind of shit, though. But, telling you, I have seen some shit. The moon. I was describing the stars one night, going to Yuma, getting off work. Describing the moon and the stars and giving the, you know, but telling the truth. There was a million stars close to the moon. It's just there, we can't see the back. I go into a detail, right? I go into a detail. Incense. Incense is sage. Detail about the description between the two. I don't know, you might be a moon person. I'm a star person. You know, pitch black sky, billion stars too. So I go into describing, I'm giving them praise because now I understand there's communication. So big props. In the middle of this, I'm driving 80 going home. 2.5 hour drive home. I would have got out and took pictures, but when I saw what I saw, this is November 1st, 2020. My birthday is Halloween, 31st, Halloween, the 31st, yesterday, 2020, just turned 50 times. Anyway. I don't know if I got some of that night on video. No, I was just talking. I got some video, but this night I was just standing up and talking. So I start going in on the difference. Big praise of stars. The moon doesn't get judged well at all, right? Let me make sure the camera's still up. Still going, huh? Anyway, let's moon don't get judged well. clouds. I'm looking at the stars and the moon. I look. I don't know. I don't notice. The clouds are moving into the fucking moon. I mean, this is happening. But one time I look up and it's a full blown photo. Big, just a clear as fuck picture. I would describe low key horns. Thor's brother, low key horns. Done with the clouds. Too big curve, and I mean gigantic, big. So yeah, it was a perfect fit on the moon to come right off the moon. Now look, low key horn, and now I'm looking and I'm right. Low key horns. I see, yeah, the fucking clouds and got an eye and a frown on that motherfucker. And he's looking up at the stars. It's looking upward. The horns, everything's looking fucking up. I go dead fucking silent, but my brain is still. I'm thinking. What the fuck? I'm thinking fast and talking. Now, mind you, I have started communicating already with my mind. You know, I didn't have to talk all the time. The stars just enjoy because I sing out the window, all that good shit. You know. So I'm in shock, and I'm looking, and I see the horns are swinging. The fucking horns are swinging around the moon. The eyeball too. One eye. It's swinging. And as it's swinging, into view comes a second fucking eye. A frown is still there. The half smile I saw was coming. I'm seeing a full goddamn face. My heart jumped out my chest, and my part of me's like, get out and take a picture of that, right? Now I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute. If I'm seeing this is freaky. This is out the ordinary. What if I'm being made to witness this, thinking, oh yeah, get out and take a picture, and I'm gonna make it get bit by, I don't know, get bit by a rattlesnake when I step out? That thought crossed my mind. Could have been my star giving it to me, but I wanted a picture, but I was scared as fuck. Seeing that and thinking anything could happen, like, that's it. This is anything world. Like, I know this is for sure. When I got video of me asking the stars to do shit, blink something, I got the camera rolling, and I'm gonna just keep it rolling because this is, and something happens, ting, ting, everything is, something goes. To understand, it ain't just me. They move. They can do. I believe so. Yeah, connected to our thoughts, buddy. What are your thoughts there for? Get outside and look up and use your thoughts. Have your loved ones, your wife, you and your wife, use your thoughts a lot more. When your kid come in there and run, did you call me? Were you thinking of calling? Were you getting ready to shoot it out? Usually that's when that happens. Home in on those abilities. Home in on that shit right there. You got to catch that kind of shit. Like, oh, no. And you tell your kid, yeah, I was about to. That's funny you came in here. Let them know, hey, we just did it. That was it. That was telepathy. It don't happen all the time. You got to do that shit and do that shit and do that shit. When you get old, that shit comes in handy. You get old, it comes in handy. You might want to get everybody out the room when you're getting your shit changed. I was getting that a lot from my pops. I went to visit one time, and I got that immediately. I remember they were trying to turn him over, and he was like fighting them, and I was like, hey, whoa, hey. I was like, you about to fuck us out. Not just instantly knew they couldn't get out. I was like, hold on. I had to cover the dick and balls. Like, he don't want you motherfuckers seeing this junk. Nigga, that's, even when you out of it, even when you in it, that's just on your way out. Don't nobody at your junk. Yeah, granted it's your children, so what? You still kind of, you would rather have your boys do that. You would rather have your sons. Did you do it? No, I was in Arizona. But I knew, and I told them that there was... I'd rather my boy. Yeah, apostles, man, and then I got man, like, and I laughed my ass off. I just fucking knew. I was like, not telling these stuff, buddy, relax. I got the towel I put over it. I'm like, you cool, Pop? You cool? I'm like, and I know he can hear me. I'm knowing. I'm like, you good, Pop? You good? They can't see your shit. I just covered everything for I covered you. I got you. And I swear to God, now I can hear you rolling, he laughing, he like, and he like insane, he busting up like. But then I'm just asking a bunch of other questions, man, just asking. Yeah, shit. Yeah. Did he go become a star? Nah, he cut out. He understood. I told him. He was a diehard Christian. When he started, he knew when I caught it. You see him? I love him because I knew he knew he was going out when I said that. He knew. Yeah, he knew. That for you guys, I might not be as consistent, but that I have for y'all. We're not the same. When I got that information from the stars, right? When I asked, I don't know. I asked different questions. I wanted to know where, who. I already knew. My grandmama told me I was Choctaw. She told me that, right? She told me that. I could tell my grandma was really offended. There's only this one member of my family that looks exactly like my grandma. My grandma said she was tainted with French and Australia, French. So she said those were the people that moved her group, her peoples or something. When they was caught up in that bullshit. And you know what happened? And y'all know what happened? I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. Then, after being slaves for decades and eons, not the Africans, but the other people that were in with the Africans started noticing, without being allowed to go in the sun as much, the pigmentation started to change. It started getting lighter. They didn't look like the brothers that they knew weren't from there. They knew, so they tried to explain to the slave holders. Try to explain to them. Hey, look, this is us. Choctaw, we're different. We're not from there. We don't speak the same language we did. We're not them. It didn't matter, you're dark. So with all the commotion, everybody's starting to look different decades later. Because of the new living standard, now they live like they're captives. Instead of working in the field, now they getting house shit. So, kind of get them to cool the fuck out. This is where the whole front door thing came in. Whatever that door thing was, this is where that came into play. And that'll come into play right there. Oh, he's trying to make the difference. Nope. Not at all. You suffered the exact same oppression, homeboy. Don't go there. Don't be dark skinned. I'm bullshit. Yeah, but don't be dark skinned. I'm so joking. My brother's a dark skin, so don't you go there. He is the dark skin